Number one, I'm going to go ahead and get the variables on the same side. I'm solving here. Add 4x to both sides. So 12x minus 1 equals 23. Add a 1 to both sides. Divide by 12. X equals 2. Same thing over here, subtract 2x to both sides, the variables on the same side. Subtract 3 to both sides. Divide by 4. X equals 2. Alright, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use the distributive property. Simplify this left-hand side. Subtract 4x to both sides. Subtract 12 to both sides. Divide by 2. Over here, I'm going to have to distribute on the left-hand side. Remember, there's a 1 there, negative 1, and distribute on the right-hand side. So we're looking at negative 5x minus 10 equals negative 5x plus 4. And I'll go get the variables on the same side. Get negative 10 equals 4. Well, if all the variables go away, these are 0 pairs, and it's a false statement, negative 10 does not equal 4, that is no solution. And that is the case because this is not a true statement. Okay, on the right hand side I will combine like terms. Negative 7 plus 3. Get the variables on the same side. Subtract 5 to both sides. And divide by 2. Over here I'll simplify. I got combine like terms right there, and I'll combine like terms right there. So we're looking at 3x minus 2, and then this is going to be 2x, there's a negative 1 right there, plus 2. And subtract 2x to both sides. X minus 2 equals 2. Added 2 to both sides. X equals 4. And then coming down here, now we're looking at function notation with inputs and outputs. And this is what they're telling me, the x is equal to negative 4. So that's the same thing as f of negative 4, right? That's telling me to put that into that spot right there. So we're looking at 5 times negative 4 plus 6. Negative 20 plus 6 is negative 14. So this is what is f of 25. That's the same thing as saying x equals 25, just like this question here. So we're looking at f of 25. Right, the square root of 25 is 5. The answer is 9. Okay, so here x equals negative 4. So we're going to do f of negative 4. Now be careful with those. I like to put the parentheses in first, right? It's always good with those, especially with those negatives. So now I'm going to put in a negative 4. And if I do that, I get a positive 16 plus 6 equals 22. And then for this one, we're looking at f of negative 10 is equal to a negative absolute value. And then I'm going to replace that x. So it's going to be negative 10 minus 5. All right. So I'm going to do inside the absolute values first. So I can add the opposite here. So it's going to be negative absolute value, negative 15. the absolute value of negative 15 is 15, and then you have this negative out front, so it's negative 15. Down here, same type of situation, f of negative 4. It's going to be the square root of 21 minus, and then put in your negative 4. So what that's actually going to be is plus and plus. So we get square root of 25, the answer is 5. Over here, f of negative 5. We're going to put in a negative 5, so we're looking at negative 5 minus 2 squared. All right, put in that negative 5, so this is going to be negative 7 squared. Negative 7 times negative 7, or negative 7 squared, is 49. Coming down here, so in this case, they didn't give me the input. This is the in. This is the out. They gave me the out, so I'm going to replace that right there. So it's going to be negative 15 equals negative 6x plus 3. Subtract 3 to both sides. I'm trying to find the input. It's going to be negative 18 equals negative 6x divided by negative 6, and x equals 3. So the input is 3. Over here, they're giving me the input. I want to find the output, so I'm going to plug it in for the x. So it's going to be f of negative 12 equals negative 12 over 3 plus 4 equals negative 4 plus 4 equals 0. And then coming down here, we got to determine if these are a function, yes or no. These all pass the vertical line test. So if I draw vertical lines, it only hits the graph at one spot. So that's a yes. You can see right here, if I draw the vertical line, see how it hits it at 2 different spots on the same vertical line, not a function. And this is also a function. And then down here at the bottom, we have a few just kind of order of operations questions. So we're going to do 25 minus 11, right? Exponents first. Here we're going to get 3 plus 6, and that's 9. So this dot is times, right? So I'm going to do the absolute value first. So it's going to be 4 times the absolute value negative 2. That is going to turn into a 2. So the answer is 8.